Just for the record, again, for people coming in, this does not make me happy. I am not happy that this is happening. Not because of any love or relationship that I had with this nigga. Right? He's a fucking monster. Alahzar, you are a monster. And the Most High God is going to give you your just reward. Right? There's a new saying, right? A new phrase that the kids are saying. Enjoy the day that you deserve. And if you tell people it's okay that you can just wear tassels. You can wear either or. What you're doing is you're teaching men to break the least commandments. Let's demonstrate. I'm as a battle axe on duty, right? On security detail, on security duty, I and a bunch of brothers are waiting for Chief to roll up to the ISUPK barbecue, which they have on Saturday. Now, of course, we have this. I can't even say we. As a former member of the Sicarri, I'm a lunar Sabbath keeper. And as a House of Bread member, we're lunar Sabbath keepers. Right? So it wasn't the Sabbath according to our understanding, but according to those brothers' understanding, it was the Sabbath, Friday to Saturday. And these niggas had a barbecue. Now, guys, when you have a barbecue, what do you have to do? You have to kindle fires, Friday to Saturday. And these niggas had a barbecue. Now, guys, when you have a barbecue, what do you have to do? You have to kindle fires. These niggas were kindling fires. They were cooking food on the Sabbath. Captain Tazaryak drove down from New Jersey to Atlanta and was selling oils and body butters on their Sabbath. Guess what? According to what we just read in the Bible, Captain Tazaryak and all of the members of the ISUPK who engage in having barbecues on their Sabbath are worthy of being stoned like this man that we see here in Numbers the 15th chapter. And know what Gorilla Hebrew told you? He said, oh, no, you can wear either one. Why? Because he thinks he's fucking cute, right? He thinks he's cute while he's getting tooted up and pegged. And because he just walks around with just tassels because he thinks he wants to be cute. But it also applies against niggas like this fat fuck. Niggas like this nigga. Damn, yo, bro, can you imagine after you saw those receipts, $200+ spent on pegging stuff? Insane. Yeah, anyone, listen, guys, anyone that doesn't know what pegging is, right? I highly recommend that you don't just type the word in. Like you just type in what is it, but do it in an incognito. I say incognito tab or something like that. Yeah, anyone, listen, guys, anyone that doesn't know what pegging is, right? I highly recommend that you don't just type the word in. Like you just type in what is it, but do it in an incognito. I say incognito tab or something like that. Be not many masters. James 3:1. My brother, be not many masters, knowing we shall receive the greater condemnation. And guess what we're seeing? A great condemnation on this fucking evil nigga. And he's gonna get up there and he's gonna lie, right? And he's gonna say, oh, this is slander and this slander. No, nigga, deal with the evidence that you engaged in, the conversation that you use your stubby little fingers to type on your fucking Android is sin. And again, guys, remember, Matthew 18 is about if someone trespasses against you. He did not trespass against me. Leviticus 5 is in play because you are a sinner. And based off of the evidence that was presented, you are a sinner. And one of the most grave and just oh my God, deplorable sinners of all. Guys, these are people in here have seen this, but this nigga is fighting tooth and motherfucking nail to suppress this because he doesn't want his precious image to be tainted. Look at this nigga spiraling, moving this like a degenerate. Every Antichrist. Could you? I got more. I got more nukes, but guess what? It's okay. I'm a save them because he's gonna come on and make a statement and try to get ahead of this. But guess what? You can't. Your arms too short to box with God, nigga.
Sicarri Alahzar exposed as sexual immoral. Remember you called Elder Recall Wind Horse? Judgment. You saw the beginning of the video from the individual, something Araya, forgive me, from the House of Bread, right? He said he's now an ex-member of Sicarri, or Guerrilla Hebrew, so to say. So you heard everything that he was saying on that, correct? Now, I'm not going to even get into that. That's just, leave it where it is. But I'm telling you why this is happening through the Spirit. This goes back to the brothers in Seattle, all right? The GMS brothers in Seattle. The elders have a page called GMS Archives 2 and Breaking Strongholds 1. My God, literally spoon feeding everybody. But there's a video they have. I'm going to leave the link in my description. It says Rebuke of Alahzar. And there he's going to talk about how he came into the truth at this date, at this year, and then he stopped selling drugs at this date or this year, but they kind of conflict with one another. Like, wait a minute, you were still doing this while you was claiming that you was in this, right? And then he also tries to rebuke Elder Apostle Raca and then call a wind horse. I never forget that, because I was watching this, like when the elders was doing their lives, sit downs, then they'll go out and preach. Yeah, the elders would do like a 2-hour live indoor sit down, then go out and preach. I never forget watching this when the elders was bringing this up. I would heat it. The Lord said, be not carnal minded. But one of my pet peeves in this life was somebody disrespect the elders. Because I look at those men like father figures. You know what I'm saying? And you know how niggas is. And I mean that when I say the word niggas. You know, but nonetheless, Galatians 6 and 7 through 8. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Yahawah is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. My apologies. All honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahawah and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus. Double honors to my elders are great millstone, because Paul said give double honors to the elders. And if you're not giving double honors to an elder, then how can you actually be a part of the elect? Single honor to the elect. Peace and bless to the 1/3 and to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Because during slavery, we were shipped all over the world. So how in the hell can the Hebrew Israelites just be black? So without further ado, I'm going to play a little bit of this video of them going in on Alahzar. The video is about 2 hours long, but the portion they speak about Alahzar is probably like, they call him Alahzar too. It's probably like 45 minutes at the most. You know, but you'll find that section if you want to watch it. I will put the link in here. I'm not going to make this long, but this is why we have to stay humble, and Yahweh Shai is always going to win in the end, because they're the house, right? Hell, really the house of Israel. The house of the sons of God. Ooh, dang. The house of the sons of God has a little jingle to it. Nonetheless, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 through 6. And after I read this, I'm going to play that portion of that clip, and I'm going to close out. I want to make a quick hit. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 through 6. This is in the Apocrypha. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. The judges are the elect. Think of the Lord with a good heart, mind, and in simplicity of heart seek him. For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and sheweth himself unto such as do not distrust him. When why would the Lord show himself to Alahzar, and these other Israelite groups is bad, but then, you know, when they keep doing bad, then he punish them, because Lord, the scripture said the deceived and the deceiver are his. So yes, the Lord can have enlightened him, open his eyes just to condemn him. That's why the scripture says many are born in vain. That's like saying you're an extra in the movie. No one's going to remember you, nor will your name show up in the credits. I mean, 8 billion on earth makes sense. Because the slain of the Lord shall be many anyhow. Let go. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 3. For forward thoughts separate from God, Yahawah, forward thoughts and his power. When it is tried, reproveth the unwise. Ooh. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject into sin. But then again, the elders always, I remember Elder Apostle Rumble always be like, you could just see the oil just spilling out of him. He losing all the oil. Why? Because the oil goes back to the wisdom. The Lord said that we are a candle upon a hill. Who will light a candle and hide it under a bushel? Well, in the ancient times, you had an oil lamp, and you would trim your lamp, meaning you would crank it to turn it on, whatever, the dial, to make it brighter or to make the illuminate at a lower rate, right? Lower brightness, so to say. You know what I mean? So if you losing your oil, you're not gonna be as bright. Wow, what they say in school, oh, he's a bright student. Enlightened, right? Has the wisdom. So when you start to lose that, what happened? You go into the world, you start just going off, you start veering left. And that what happened to them during the inception of when they actually separated from GMS. Let's keep going though. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit. That's what's happening. And remove from thoughts that are without understanding. It will not abide when unrighteousness coming in. Facts. For wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. You call Elder Apostle Raca wind horse, and he laughed it off. He was talking, yeah, you call me wind horse and all that, man. I don't give a damn, man. I'm doing the work of the Lord. I was like, man, the way he said it was just like, man, boy, that's like water on the back of a duck. And Elder ain't studying that, man. And Elder said, and you no longer in the group and you going, you done. But nonetheless, I'm gonna read it again. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 6, and I'm closing out. For wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For God, Yahawah, is witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, your mind, and a hearer of his tongue. That's a beautiful precept. Because what's that? Mark 7 and 6, where it says, they honor you with their tongue, but their hearts are far from thee. So everything Alahzar be saying sounds, and I'm saying Alahzar be saying sounds good. The Lord hear your tongue, but the Lord knows your heart. And those you're talking to may not know. Like I always say, I say these two things. There's a 50-50 chance I could tell you the truth or a lie. But I know 100% the truth and 100% what is a lie. Now, you may be able, this is the second one, you may be able to pull a fast one on the man of the Lord. But I'll be damned if you think you're going to pull a fast one on YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, by SHAM, RAWACHAA, QADASH. So with that being said, I truly pray you was edifying, fed, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endear it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent, Allah, muaf lababul, shalom, and stay for the remaining portion of this video where Sicarri tries to rebuke an elder, and he also calls him out of his name by calling him wind horse. Shalom. And this is his judgment. Shalom.
So expect all these different GMS camps to get on you, man. Okay?
And he's just an example. You're just
he's just one example among many.
One example
we did this before.
Many. Yeah,
we did this before.
All
right?
We've seen it before. We've dealt with that years ago, man. We've seen guys like you before. Come into truth, you want to be a superstar, a flash in the pan, a king for a day, and then become a pauper for life.
That's it, a dead pauper. Gonna be put in a pauper's grave. Job 15 and 4, it says, yea, thou castest off fear. That's what you did. Yeah. Thou castest off fear. Because when you was out there, you went back in the world, you said, man, the hell with the Most High. I'm putting the Most High in the box, and I'll get him when I'm ready, good and ready to get him. Like Yeshaya. which we're going to speak about him. All right? Yeah, thou castest off fear and restraineth prayer before the Most High. You wasn't praying out there, man. 5, Job 15 and 5. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Let me read that again. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, your mouth uttereth your iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. You chose to be crafty, man.
Yeah.
6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah. Thy own lips testify against thee. So now with that, we're gonna show you the little film clip.
Hebrew Israelites, who I credit from giving me my learning, but over the course of time, certain things occur, and just recently you have a lot of individuals in this group that's been slandering myself for my dealings with the House of Consciousness. So I never named me for the interaction I recently had with Polite that we had in Hollywood. Okay, a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of slander of Hebrew Israelites, who I credit from giving me my learning, but over the course of time, certain things occur, and just recently you have a lot of individuals in this group that's been slandering myself for my dealings with the House of Consciousness. So I never named me for the interaction I recently had with Polite that we had in Hollywood. Okay, a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of slander just involving me and my dealings with the House of Consciousness, particularly coming from the Chicago chapter of Great Millstone, and also a particular elder from Great Millstone known as Raca. Okay, some of y'all might.
You wasn't supposed to have any dealings with the House of Consciousness, man, because they're wicked. They're of the dead. Why are you being friends with the world?
Plus, he's a neophyte, a novice. There's no level to deal with them clowns.
Windhorse, some people call him. Windhorse, some people call him. Windhorse, some people call him. Windhorse, some people call him, but his name, and also our issues with GMS Seattle as well, which we're gonna get to. Okay, what this boils down to is this: us as Hebrew Israelites, irregardless of what group we come from, we're supposed to live our life and base our life upon the Bible. We're supposed to be
hold up now. That means sell drugs? Be a gangbanger? Huh? That's what that means? Let's go back.
And teach them how to conduct themselves properly and lead us to salvation. Okay? But somewhere in the midst of that, egos come in the way, and the whole mission goal and the agenda of the Most High God, Yahawah, in the name of His only begotten Son, Mashiach YAHAWASHI, gets clouded. And guys start taking matters into their own hands, start coming off of emotions with their feelings. And
hey, the bottom line, the Most High, Yahawah Shem YAHAWASHI, is going to destroy you. Just like Elder Raca said, you're not in the circle, you're of the 2/3, and Yahawah Shem YAHAWASHI is going to destroy you.